I'd like to call to order the Common Council meeting for September 9th, 2025 at 6:13 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Attendance roll call.
Alderpersons Wolf.
Here.
Hamel.
Here.
Decker.
Here.
Bryce. Here. Schrader.
Here.
Alderperson Dalgy is absent. Alderperson Madden.
Here.
We have a quorum present.
Thank you. Statement of public notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance with the open meeting law on Friday, September 5th, 2025.
Thank you. Public comment. Do we have any forms?
Nope.
Communications from the mayor's office. I know I issued a state of emergency due to the flooding back on the Monday after the flooding happened. I will be dropping that state of emergency tomorrow. As far as updates from that, Waukesha County Emergency Management put out a couple updates today. One is kind of going through the process of where everything, when the incident begins to when federal assistance may be available. Right now, the steps are the incident occurs, they do a damage assessment, then they do a preliminary damage assessment with federal officials, local officials, and state officials, and then the damage report submission and federal review. That's the point we're at right now. So the feds are reviewing all the data they have. The next step would be a presidential disaster declaration if you so chooses to do so. And if that happens, then the federal assistance would be made available, and it's an application process that as that information becomes available, we will pass that on and post it on both our website and social media. Thursday, September 11th from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Waukesha County Expo Center. There's a multi-agency resource center. So if you had any impact from the floods and you want to find out what resources are available to you, separate from any FEMA things, that this would be a place to go. So it's at the Waukesha County Expo Center Forum Building, 1000 North View Road in Waukesha. And again, that's from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. So it's just a stop in. It's not a program per se. It's just where all the resources will be in one room, and you can find out what's available for you.
What is the date again, please?
That is September 11th.
Thursday.
Thursday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Expo Center.
Can I ask, and this may be a silly question, I don't know. If you have insurance and insurance is assisting you with some of it, you wouldn't want to report any of yours. I mean, how does that work? If you have insurance, private insurance, are you still wanting to?
I don't know for sure, but I would guess if you have insurance, it's probably not going to cover all the damage that you have, so you'd still want to.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be able to tell people, that they can still, case by case. Okay, because I've had people asking me, so
Sure.
I just want to.
Oh, good question. That is all I have. Consent agenda, Common Council minutes from August 26, 2025. Resolution 055-2025, approval of a one-lot certified survey map for Scardino/Boer. Resolution 056-2025, approval of a final plot for Kirkland Crossing. And Resolution 057-2025, appointment of a citizen member to the library board.
Motion to approve.
I would like to pull a couple items, please.
Okay, which two? For which couple?
The approval of final plat for Kirkland Crossing and the
Okay.
appointment of the citizen member.
Okay. Anything else? So I'll need a motion for the first two items, the minutes and resolution 055-2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes. Resolution 056-2025, approval of a final plot for Kirkland Crossing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Question?
I'd like to hear Adam give a brief summary of the reason for this.
All right, so this is the final plat approval for Kirkland Crossing. So to give a little, I guess, to help maybe answer some questions, the way plat approvals work for subdivisions, the city approves a preliminary plat first. In this case, the preliminary plat approval happened a little over 3 years ago. And the preliminary plat is really what sets the groundwork of what the developer is going to develop. So the bulk of things like lot sizes, lot widths, setbacks and offsets, all those nitty gritty things, where roads are going to go, those are all determined and laid out and ultimately approved as part of the preliminary plat, which was approved a while ago now. What happens after that step is the developer then completes construction plans that detail exactly like what they're building where the roads are going, where the sewers are going, what their grading looks like, those types of things. That includes stormwater management design and all those types of items. Once that all gets approved and adopted by the city, which happened here a bit ago, the city enters into a developer's agreement with them. And then once the developer's agreement is entered into, then the developer can physically start the work. So the developer started the work earlier this year. If you've been by there, you'll see that they're working very aggressively, multiple crews on the site at once trying to get the subdivision completed. And then the last step is the final plat. So the final plat, once it's been approved by the city, once all the technical corrections have been identified and once they've been addressed, once all of the improvements have been installed, inspected by the city and accepted by the council, so the council has to accept all utilities, once all of those items have been completed, then the final plat can be signed and recorded with the county. Once it's recorded, that allows lots to be sold. For all intents and purposes. So this is the last of those steps, which is the final plat approval, which is really a verification to say, hey, does this plat significantly conform to the plat that was presented at the preliminary plat time? And it does. The only thing you could say doesn't conform is the original, preliminary plat was 100 plus lots, where now they're just doing the first phase, which is kind of the central spine of the development. The other phases will come as future final plats down the road.
This is coming a little bit early in the process, isn't it, Adam?
Yes, it is. I would say normally what we ask or encourage developers to do is when they're at about 80 to 90% complete with their improvements, they usually submit the final plat then, because it does take time to go through the boards and committees, because the technical review, which the comments are still pending right now, the technical review is actively occurring as we speak. There's going to be some comments from that, I'm sure. It takes some time for those to be found out, and then we obviously have to get those comments back to the developer so that they can go ahead and make any tweaks or changes to the final plat. They're minor things. And our approvals are typically contingent on those technical corrections. So I would say it is maybe a little bit earlier than we normally see. If you do look in the supplement in the data that was provided to Plan Commission, which is in the packets for council here, we do have a basic rundown of percentages of what is complete out there per our inspectors' best interpretation. But with that being said, there's nothing that says it can't come in at this point. Really, like I said, we're not gauging is the plat's matching the pre-plat. The final plat is matching the pre-plat. That's really what we're here kind of to talk about and approve. We do have contingencies listed in the Plan Commission resolution, which did recommend approval, as well as in the council resolution that talk about a few things that are already in our codes and or developers agreements, but things that will just help ensure that there's no way the plat can get recorded earlier. We as the city officials that are charged with signing the plat can't sign it till we're satisfied with everything in our codes being met. A big one of them is improvements being completed, inspected, and ultimately accepted by the Common Council, meaning improvements done and the city saying, yep, we're done with them. We agree that you did them right. Now we're accepting them as city responsibility. Really only then will the city be able to sign that plat and get it recorded. So approving it now, it's kind of, I guess I would kind of argue our responsibility. You either approve it with conditions or reject it. You can't table it because our statutory requirements of when you have to make an action by, which is 60 days, I believe, from approval from when we get it to when council makes their decision. And I'm comfortable with how the resolutions are written because they have those contingencies in them that I think protect, and obviously our legal counsel has looked at that. Jeff, is comfortable with that too, without speaking for Jeff. And as part of that, the contingencies we have listed are nothing different than our codes and developers agreements already require. We just wanted to reiterate it because it is a little bit earlier. We wanted to put those reminders in there so there's no question of what has to be done before we can indeed sign it and record it, which makes it official.
At one point, we were doing a reapproval for one of the preliminary phases. Do you expect that we're going to be needing to do a reapproval for this particular phase?
No, because that reapproval that was granted this calendar year, I think it was back in April, that reapproval is good for another 3 years from April of this year. So as long as they finish the other two phases by April 2028, right? Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, they would be fine. But the reapproval that we had to do earlier this year is not uncommon. It's very common when projects are bigger, and if it takes them a while to get all their planning together, if it takes a while to get financing together, all those little bits and pieces that take a while to figure out sometimes, it's not unheard of for us to have to reapprove preliminary plats or certified survey maps are more common even.
I got a
Yes.
question. So we go ahead and approve this, and I had several conversations with Scott, because it's just a eyeball in the numbers are probably not even close to 50% done with what needs to be done.
Some parts are very close to being done, some parts haven't been started.
Right, yeah. So one of my concerns is that the people on Martin, the residents along Martin, are very unhappy. They want to make sure that their issues are resolved before anything else further goes on with them being able to sell lots. And I think I saw that in there someplace. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know if Scott, if you want to comment on that. I mean, in general, I believe punch list items, which kind of fall under Scott in the engineering and DPW side of things. Usually punch list items are part of the items to say, hey, in order for us to accept what you're doing, we have to make sure that those improvements are done to our standards, which like repairs along Martin would fall into that category. Scott, would you agree with that?
Yes, that is correct. So again, we're now, think of the plats done. You're now talking about anything before I come forward to you guys and do dedications. Like about a month ago, I did twin silos. When we did twin silos, if you go out there, all the sewers in, all the curb and gutters in, the entire lot's all graded, everything signed off. There's 0 punch list items. We are completely signed off, as-built grading, everything on our list. Then I come to you guys to do it. Why we wait to the end? Because as soon as I do it and you guys dedicate it, it becomes the city's. And we want to wait as long as possible to make sure everything's done. We don't want to take anything on that until we have to. Does that make sense?
Yep, so when it's dedicated, everything will be complete.
Correct.
Otherwise,
That's how we do it.
accept it.
Yep.
Thanks.
Question I got is, how much earlier are we doing this compared to what we usually do?
It's hard to put a time frame on it. Like I said, the best summary I can give is we normally say when they're 80 to 90% complete here. I mean, use your own judgment on what you're going to wait, because in the supplement there are percentages of where they're at. I mean, for example, sanitary sewer at the time this was written for plan, which was a week ago, was already 99% completed with a chunk of it tested. Yet they haven't started curb and gutter yet, obviously, because they can't do curb and gutter because they're still doing underground work. So some items haven't started yet, but will be in the probably near future. And some items are nearing wrapping up. There's just a lot of different improvements between sanitary sewer, storm sewer, water, curb and gutter, stormwater ponds.
Water booster.
Booster.
They have
yeah,
a lot of
it's a big one.
They have a lot of items still to do. To give you an example, twin silos, they got their plat finally approved, and then 2 weeks later I came to you for dedications. It was pretty much bang, bang, so.
But then, are we talking percentages or timelines here? We're talking more percentages?
Nothing in the code says when we can or can't approve a final plat.
No, but it does say once they submit to us that we have a certain.
So many days,
We have
right.
so many days to approve it. We didn't bring this forward on our own. The developer submitted it, so that triggers a clock to start going, and that's why it's here now.
We literally got a box dropped off at our desk from a shipping company that said, here you go. And then there was paperwork in there that says we're
And
submitting
we
our
have
plat.
60 days from that point.
Plan commission, I think, is 30, which they acted in less than that. And
Plan
then
commission
council, I think,
30, and then council has 60 days to go from there.
So we still have 60 days yet.
No, 60
we're-
days from when they originally submitted for plans, so you're probably more than halfway through that, or maybe not quite half, but a couple weeks through that already. And what I think the statutes or our code say is you have to approve with conditions, which is what we're recommending, approving with conditions, or deny. You can't like table it or defer
You
it.
can't table.
And all the conditions that you would be concerned about are all conditions of the resolution that you'd be approving tonight.
And that's what I was going to say. If you look at the last two, be it further resolved, we wrote this very carefully. I mean, you hold the cards. I know it's only a little bit, it's 2 sentences, but it basically you hold the cards. They can't really do anything until this is approved by you, so.
Approved and accepted.
And accepted, right.
You're basically saying, hey, we're approving the idea of this plat, subject to them getting all the things done that the city's identifying they need to get done.
I guess the only question I have is that by giving this in at this point, this is not out of the norm, they're not like trying to push this in earlier than they should.
In the end, they're not going to be able to sell lots any quicker than they would have whether they submitted this now or 2 months from now, assuming they aren't done in 2 months, which I'm sure they have a lot more work to do than that. So they can't, the big thing for anyone, a developer, is to record the plat so they have a lot to sell. That can't happen until we're satisfied per the code
So
and the
why
developer's
would they
agreement.
send us in earlier than it seems to be the norm? I mean, if they're going to push an issue to do that.
We don't really want to get in their heads and guess why they did it. I mean, at this point, the fact is they did, and we have to react to it. So we're reacting to it as cautiously as we can to make sure that our standards are held and everything gets done to our standards before they can go forward with this.
And is this a builder we've worked with in the past then?
Excuse me?
Is this a developer we worked with in the past?
No.
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 Any other questions? Alderman Decker?
So based on the statement, be it further resolved, all subdivision improvements must be completed by the developer and accepted by the common council before final plat recording can be allowed.
Correct.
That implies there's going to be another discussion about this down the road at some point.
You'll have another approval process before anything can really go forward.
Okay.
Yeah, when you accept those improvements, that has to happen before we can sign the plat and record it. And that's really what matters. Signing and recording it, it's really just a piece of paper until that happens.
Okay? Any other question? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Roll call vote, please.
Roll call.
Alderperson Wolf.
Aye.
Alderperson Hamel.
Yes.
Alderperson Decker.
Yes.
Alderperson Bryce.
Yes.
Alderperson Schrader.
Yes.
And Alderperson Madden.
Yes.
Unanimously approved. Thank you. Resolution 057, 2025, appointment of citizen member to the library board.
Roll
Move
call
to
vote on this.
Well, we need to
Move
get
to
on the floor
approve.
first.
Move to approve.
Second.
First and second.
Move to approve.
And second.
Schrader.
DSED.
Okay, it's on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those, roll call
roll
vote, I
call.
guess.
This is on, what is this on now?
The library board appointment.
Oh,
Alderperson Wolf.
yes.
Alderperson Hamel.
Yes.
Alderperson Decker.
Yes.
Alderperson Bryce.
Yes.
Alderperson Schrader.
Yes.
And Alderperson Madden.
Yes.
All six.
It's unanimously approved. New business, there is none. Unfinished business, ordinance 1504, an ordinance to amend the zoning map and 2020 comprehensive plan I-1 to RS2 Bloom Court, second reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes. Voucher approval.
Recommend approval of general fund vouchers in the amount of $219,828.55.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes.
Recommend approval of utility vouchers in the amount of $17,106.86.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That passes.
Recommend approval of wire transfers for payroll invoice transmittals in the amount of $473,118.47.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Review of committee reports. In front of you, you have the Finance Committee meeting from August 12th, Committee of the Whole from August 12th, and the Plan Commission meeting from August 5th. Any updates from the automatic liaisons regarding the committees?
The Muskego Senior Taxi is having their Oktoberfest. They're doing a little different. It's Oktoberfest bingo. It'll be at the Moose Lodge. I believe it's Sunday, September 28th from 11:30 to 3. Brats, bands, bingo. Should be a good time, fundraiser for the senior taxi at the Moose.
Oh, they're having beer too.
They're having beer too. It's another one of the Bs.
Any other updates? All right, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned at 6:32.